The question I hear all the time when people find out that I'm on a carnivore diet is, how can that be good for you and how does it work? So today I am going to be discussing a carnivore lifestyle. When I'm asked about a carnivore diet, it comes to me in one of three ways. I always keep this in mind when they're asking me. There's a quote by the late Dr. Wayne Dyer that I just love, and it's always remain independent of the good opinions of others. So the first way it'll come to me, and this is usually people that aren't very close to me, maybe people I just met or even strangers, and they'll say, you eat a meat-only diet, all that saturated fat, and look at the eggs. You're 64 now, you're not going to live to see 80. Or when are you going to have your heart attack? Or why the hell would you do this? Are you stupid? Fair enough. I'm not going to judge him on that. So I'll just simply reply, thank you for your opinion. Is there a question in that? The second group of people will come and they're genuinely concerned about me. And they're usually a little bit closer, like friends and family members. And they'll say, Craig, aren't you worried about the saturated fat? Aren't you worried about not having fruit and vegetables in your diet? Aren't you worried about having a heart attack? I'll gladly answer that and go into why I'm on a carnivore diet. And the third group of people come to me and they're very genuine and they'll say, Craig, you look great. You've lost a bunch of weight. I hear your blood pressure's down. I see you out walking and exercising more. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing right? So when they ask me these questions, especially the ones that are closer to me, most of them know that for my whole adult life, I've been a professional investigator. And it's been my job to go through data and research and talking to people and separating the fact from the bullshit. So when I say that I've done research, they're pretty confident that I have done my research. What they will ask me is, how can you survive on meat only? Don't you need vegetables? Don't you need fruit? Don't you need pasta and bread and grains? And my response is, here's what a carnivore diet is, and here's what it is not. A carnivore diet is not this magic diet where I'm taking these super potions and magic pills and it turns me into Super Craig. That's not what a carnivore diet is. What it is very, very simple. It's eating the foods that we evolved on. And the foods that went through our evolution must be pretty damn good because look at us. We are very intelligent, bright, capable human beings. What a carnivore diet does is gets rid of all the crappy foods that we've been introducing to ourselves in the last 100 years. We didn't evolve on ultra-processed foods and we didn't evolve on all this sugar. By being on a carnivore diet, we're getting rid of all that food. So we're keeping the nutrient-dense animal products, but we're getting rid of all the crappy foods. And when I say crappy foods, a lot of people raise their eyebrows because most people know that table sugar, Coca-Cola, is bad for us, that we've realized that sugar is no longer a healthy food or considered a healthy food. What a lot of people don't realize is sugar comes in many, many forms. So let's take ultra-processed foods. And this is the easiest one because when you go on a carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet or even a vegan diet, you should be, or you have to pretty much reduce the ultra-processed foods. So there's so many hidden different types of sugars under many names that you no longer even need to worry about. You don't need to read the label on ultra-processed foods because you're just simply not going to eat it in the first place. Number one, get rid of the ultra-processed foods. But a lot of people don't realize that sugar or glucose comes into our body in many different ways, and even from whole foods and foods that are natural and we believe are healthy. For example, bread, grains, rice, whole wheat, pasta, and fruit and vegetables. And that's where the eyebrows really raise. So when we eat foods that are high in carbohydrates, such as the foods that I just mentioned. For example, a banana has 25 grams of carbs in one single banana. As a carnivore, I keep my total carbohydrates for the day under 20 grams. So that one banana would put me right over. So we're eliminating these foods. And why do we need to get rid of carbohydrates? Aren't they essential? No, they're not. They're really not. If you're fat adapted and you're fueling your body on ketones and protein and animal fat, you do not need carbohydrates. And when you're eating foods like bread and pasta, they go into your body as bread and pasta, but they're broken down in your body as glucose, as sugar, and they will spike your glucose level. When you're eating an animal product diet only, you don't have that glucose rise and the subsequent insulin rise that follows it. So a carnivore diet is simply an animal-based diet. Don't be afraid of fatty meat. Don't be afraid of butter. Don't be afraid of eggs. Don't be afraid of bacon. These are the foods that we evolved on. Saturated fat is not the devil. Bacon and eggs are not the devil. These are nutrient dense foods, and we are eliminating the carbohydrates and the sugar. And that's how I explain it. I focus just as much on what we're not eating, getting that crappy food out of the way, kicking it to the curb. I focus on that as much as what I am eating. And what I am eating is safe, nutrient dense food. So I hope that kind of makes sense. If you're new on the carnivore diet, you're going to get asked these questions. If you're already on the carnivore diet, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. So until next time, everybody take care of yourself.